Here are the 2014 Sequoia Children's nominees. You'll Like It Here, Everybody Does, by Ruth White. While Meggie and David Blue are from another planet, they're a lot like Earth kids, with similar hopes and dreams and can't wait to grow up. But they also have grossly unique qualities, such as blue streaks in their hair that pop up randomly and language skills that sound like nothing on this planet. The story takes these alien kids, along with their mother and grandfather, by accident to a far planet in which the society is not only oppressive, but hostile to individual freedom. People are kept submissive through drugs and brainwashing. The Blues, who have spent time in free societies, recognize the upside-downness of this world. They're almost helpless to do anything, but do what they can, plan their escape, and vow to help others. Dancing Home by Alma Flor Ada. Mexico may be her parents' home, but it's certainly not Margie's. She is finally convinced that other kids at school she is 100% American, just like them. But when her Mexican cousin Lupe visits, the image she's created for herself crumbles. Things aren't easy for Lupe either. Mexico hadn't felt like home since her father went north to find work. Lupe's hope of seeing him in the United States comforts her some, but learning a new language in a new school is tough. Lupe, as much as Margie, is in need of a friend. Elroy Jakes is Not a Chicken by Sally Warner. Elroy Jakes is tired of being bullied by fellow classmate Jaron Matthews, but when Elroy tries to defend himself, he winds up in trouble. Then his dad offers him a deal. If he stays out of trouble for 1 week, they'll go to Disneyland. Elroy says he can do it, but saying it and doing it are two very different things. Wildlife by Cynthia DeFelice. Eric is preparing for his first ever hunting trip when he learns that his parents are being deployed to Iraq. A few days later, Eric is shipped off to North Dakota to live with Big Daryl and Oma, grandparents he barely knows. When Eric rescues a dog that's been stuck by a porcupine, Big Daryl says Eric can't keep him. But Eric has already named her Quill and can't bear to give her up. He decides to run away, taking the dog and a shotgun, certain that they can make it on their own out on the prairie. In this story of adventure and survival, Eric learns about the challenges and satisfactions of living off the land, the power of family secrets, and the pain of losing what you love. Marty McGuire by Kate Messner. Marty McGuire would rather spend recess catching frogs in the pond than playing dress-up with the other girls in 3rd grade. So when her teacher casts Marty as the princess in the class play, Marty's absolutely positively sure that there's been a huge mistake. But after a special lesson in the art of improvisation, Marty comes up with her own plan to improve the play. Why use stuffed animal frogs on stage when a live one would be so much better? In the end, Marty's one-of-a-kind performance makes for an unforgettable show. Maybe Marty can live happily ever after all. Tuesdays at the Castle by Jessica George. Every Tuesday, Castle Glower takes on a life of its own, magically inventing, moving, and even completely getting rid of some of its rooms. Good thing Princess Sealy takes the time to map out these never-ending changes, because when the castle is ambushed and Sealy's parents and oldest brother go missing, it's up to Sealy to protect their home and save their kingdom. A great new series that readers will devour. Inside Out and Back Again by Tahana Lay. For all the 10 years of her life, Ha has only known Saigon. The thrills of its markets, the joy of its traditions, the warmth of her friends close by, and the beauty of her very own papaya tree. But now the Vietnam War has reached her home. Ha and her family are forced to flee as Saigon falls, and they board a ship headed toward hope. Saving Zasha by Randy Barrow. World War II has just ended when Mikhail finds a dying man and his German shepherd Zasha in the woods. It's dangerous, some say traitorous, to own a German dog after Germany attacked Russia, so Mikhail must keep Zasha a secret to keep her alive. But Mikhail's rival, Kasia, is determined to find the dog she is sure he's hiding. At the same time, a soldier named Dmitri is breeding a new Russian dog at a nearby farm. So many dogs were lost to starvation and in combat that the country is in dire need of every kind of dog. Dmitri, too, has suspicions of Zasha's existence and would like nothing more than to add her to his breeding program. However, Dmitri will have to compete with the armed dog thieves who are also on her trail. Mikhail's inspiring journey to save his best friend, the last German Shepherd in Russia, forces him to face some of life's hardest lessons about war, hate, forgiveness, hope, love, and man's best friend. Beyond Lucky by Sarah Aronson. Ari Fish believes in two things: his hero, Wayne Timko, the greatest soccer goalie to ever come out of Somerset Valley, and luck. So when Ari finds a rare and valuable Wayne Timko trading card, he's sure his luck has changed for the better, especially when he's picked to be the starting goalie on his team. But when the card is stolen and his best friend and the new girl on the team accuse each other of taking it, suddenly Ari can't save a goal. Everyone is fighting, and he doesn't know what to do or who to believe in. Before the team falls apart, Ari must learn how to make his own luck and figure out what it truly means to be a hero. The Trouble with Chickens by Doreen Cronin. JJ Tully is a former search and rescue dog who is trying to enjoy his retirement after years of performing daring missions saving lives. So he's not terribly impressed when two chicks named Dirt and Sugar, who look like popcorn on legs, and their chicken mom show up demanding his help to track down their missing siblings. Driven by the promise of a cheeseburger, JJ begins to track down clues. Is Vince the funnel hiding something? Are there dark forces at work? Or is JJ not smelling the evidence that's right in front of him? Close to Famous by Joan Bauer. When 12-year-old Foster and her mother land in the tiny town of Culpeper, they don't know what to expect. But folks quickly warm to the woman with the great voice and the girl who can bake like nobody's business. Soon, Foster, who dreams of having her own cooking show one day, lands herself a gig baking for the local coffee shop and gets herself some much-needed help in overcoming her biggest challenge, learning to read. Just as Foster and Mama start to feel at ease, their past catches up to them. Thanks to the folks in Culpeper, though, Foster and her mama find the strength to put their troubles behind them for good. Wonton, a Cattail Tolton Haiku by Lee Wardlaw. Nice place they got here. Bed, bowl, blankie, just like home, or so I've been told. Visiting hours, yawn. I pretend not to care. Yet, I sneak a peek. So begins this beguiling tale of a wary shelter cat and the boy who takes him home. Sometimes funny, sometimes touching, this adoption story, told entirely in haiku, is unforgettable. Heart and Soul, the Story of America and African Americans by Kadir Nelson. The story of America and African Americans is a story of hope and inspiration and unwavering courage. But it is also the story of injustice, of a country divided by law, education, and wealth, of a people whose struggles and achievements help define their country. This is the story of the men, women, and children who toiled in the hot sun picking cotton for their masters. It's about the America ripped in two by Jim Crow laws. It's about the brothers and sisters of all colors who rallied against those who would dare bar a child from an education. It's a story of discrimination and broken promises, determination, and triumphs. Saving Audie, a pit bull puppy gets a second chance by Dorothy Patton. When Michael Vick's dogfighting ring was discovered, more than 40 dogs were rescued, but their struggle still wasn't over. Most animal advocates believed rescued fighting dogs were too damaged to adopt, but Audie and his kennel mates would prove them wrong when the public outcry and the publicity surrounding Michael Vick's punishment won them a chance at a happy life. Teaming up once again with William Munoz, photo essay veteran Dorothy Henshaw Patton gives a powerful account of how Audie and his fellow Vick dogs were rescued, rehabilitated, and adopted. Sidekicks by Jack Ferrilo. Batman has Robin, Wonder Woman has Wonder Girl, and Phantom Justice has Bright Boy, aka Scott Hutchinson, an ordinary school kid by day and a super fast, super strong sidekick by night, fighting loyally next to his hero. But after an embarrassing incident involving his too tight spandex costume, plus some signs that Phantom Justice may not be the good guy he pretends to be, Scott begins to question his role with the help of a fellow sidekick. Once his nemesis, Scott must decide if growing up means being loyal or stepping boldly to the center of things. Great for boys, comic fans, and anyone looking for a superhero tale that's also an insightful look at adolescence. Small as an Elephant by Jennifer Jacobson. Ever since Jack can remember, his mom has been unpredictable, sometimes loving and fun, other times caught in a whirlwind of energy and spinning wildly until it's over. But Jack never thought his mom would take off during the night and leave him at a campground in Acadia National Park, with no way to reach her and barely enough money for food. Any other kid would report his mom gone, but Jack knows by now that he needs to figure things out for himself, starting with how to get from the backwoods of Maine to his home in Boston before DSS catches on. With nothing but a small toy elephant to keep him company, Jack begins the long journey south, a journey that will test his wits and his loyalties, and his trust that he may be part of a larger herd after all. Remember, you only have to read 3 books to vote, so let's get started.